Hey guys, welcome to Benji's World, and today I'll be talking about how I went from 1 rental unit to 8 in the span of 2 years, from 2018 to 2020. If you haven't seen my first video, which explained how I bought my first rental unit at 18, please click it. It's going to be somewhere over here to go watch it, and I'll explain how I really got started in real estate. This video is more talking about how I steamrolled that into 8 units by the time I was 20. It was about a year and a half ago that I bought that first unit. But anyways, that first unit was on Portland Street here in Abilene, Texas, where I currently live and where I'm from. I go to McMurray University, which is about a mile down the road from Portland. However, I took that house where, if you go watch that video, you'll understand that my grandma loaned me the money, and I'm paying her 5 times the amount of interest than what she was making in her bank account, so it was a win-win. But she bought it in cash, and I'm paying her back on a private mortgage, which is great because a bank sees it as being owned free and clear through me, and I'm just paying my grandma back over time. This allowed me to take that 1 rental unit and then use it as the down payment to purchase this warehouse on Pioneer Street here in Abilene. This warehouse was a great deal. I saw it on Facebook Marketplace, believe it or not. That's where I bought this property. It was a 7,500 square foot warehouse, which I flipped it because it was worth more to me as a flip than as to keeping it and renting it out. And I made $100,000 at the end of the day on that property, and that's my next video. I will post it somewhere over here again if you'd like to see how I made $100,000 on that property within 2 months. It was great, once in a lifetime thing. I'm not trying to say I'm a wizard. It was just super lucky. But anyways, I took Portland and used it as the 20%. You have to have 20% down payment on any investment property that you have, or at least my banks require 20%. Well, I took that and I purchased Pioneer, which cost me $0 to purchase because I used the value I had in Portland to buy Pioneer and get all that equity and quickly flip it, get my money out of it. And then I moved on and bought a duplex and single family in Sweetwater, Texas, which is currently about 30 minutes from Abilene. I did that by a family friend had these units for sale and he wanted to get rid of them. And I was like, I'm your guy. I'm willing to take them on, even though they are in Sweetwater. They're 3 units of C-class, just blue collar workers living there. Really, that property was purchased for $85,000. I put $20,000 down. I put a little over 20% when I bought this through the bank, because we had to go to a title company and buy that. So at that point, I was at 4 units. I had the 1 in Portland, and then I used it to buy the warehouse on Pioneer, which I then sold. So that still left me with only 1 unit, but some extra cash from selling it. I picked up these 3 units in Sweetwater, Texas, which are great income producing properties. I cash out refied. I did the BRRRR strategy, which I will also do a video on in the future, like very shortly. But anyway, so at that point I had 4 units, 3 in Sweetwater, 1 on Portland Street. Well, I still had some money left over from selling Pioneer, which I got really lucky on, which that's part of the game, is just getting lucky and timing. And I used that money to buy a duplex in Abilene off of Barrow Street. It was a duplex, turned into a real estate office, and now I'm turning it back into a duplex to have an extra 2 units. I have just a couple of finishing touches on it. I'll be posting a video about the work progress on that pretty soon because it's almost done. But anyway, so that's an extra 2 units. So that brought me to 6 units. I had done 2 flips in between here. I'm not adding them because they're just real quick flips. I'll do more videos on flips if y'all would like that, and they'll be a little more informative than this. These series of videos are really just me just talking and just explaining my story and how I got into real estate. That had me at 6 units. I had the 1 on Portland, the 3 in Sweetwater, and the 2 on Barrow Street. I still had some money left over from Pioneer because I try to live pretty frugally. I don't spend a lot of money. Anyways, and I bought this place on Cockrell Street in Abilene. What that did, that brought me to 7 units. This is I paid $40,000 for this unit. I rent it for $800 a month. I end up making about $400 a month off of it. Really, this is just gaining me cash flow so I can eventually just live financially free in Abilene, which it doesn't take a lot of money to live financially free in Abilene, Texas. This is July 2020 right now, but I took the rest of my leftover money from Pioneer. I had been putting 20% down on everything along the way. So it was just slowly chipping away at the bulk sum I made on Pioneer. And I bought this property by ACU, which I'm fixing to close on here in the next month or so, which will bring me to my 8 units, which it's pretty much a done deal. It will be done here, like I said, next month. But that brought me to 8 units. And the lesson of this is leverage. I know you Dave Ramsey, lovers out there are gonna be like, oh no, Ben, you're going to destroy yourself with debt. Well, no, I'm a firm believer in good debt and bad debt. And real estate's good debt, especially since you have to put 20% down to buy the property. It's, knock on wood, pretty safe, since you could always just sell the property if you had to. And I mean, unless you're in like a big crash like in 08, but YOLO. But anyways, yes, I use leverage. So I took that first property, which was bought for right about $50,000 with help from my grandma or my abuelita. And I bought Pioneer, the warehouse, flipped it, sold it, made a good chunk, about $100,000 off of it. And then I used that $100,000 to put down payments on the 3 units in Sweetwater, the duplex on Barrow Street, the single family on Cockrell, and a new single family by ACU, which I'm going to be Airbnb-ing, which will be a new video here pretty shortly about how we're going to do a series on the Airbnb and see if it's worth it. It's really just an experiment. I'm just going to try it and we'll see how it goes. I'd use the BRRRR strategy. It's BRRRR, which I'll also be making a video about here shortly. But there's plenty of videos on YouTube about the BRRRR strategy. Say you took and bought a house for $50,000 and you put $20,000 into it, so $70,000 into it, and then it appraises for $100,000. The bank will give you 80% of that in a cash out refinance, or in that case it'd be $80,000. So the bank gave you $80,000, 80% of the ARV. You have $70,000 into it, you made $10,000. I've been using that on several properties. It really works, it snowballs. But that's how I have so far gotten to 8 units in 1.5 years of real estate investing. And it's been quite a journey, and I'm gonna try to document that on this channel. I know it's a little cringy, but we'll get better, and I appreciate y'all listening to my video. And if you would smash that like button, just smash it a little bit, like, smash it. And I just hit my hand on the chair for you to like that like button, so do it. Subscribe too. Thank y'all. This is Benji's World.